In a society that tells boys to man up, that tells boys to hold their problems, that tells boys not to voice out any issue that they are going through, who is there to teach the boy child how to understand their emotions, how to control them, and even their mental well-being? Let me say, decades ago, women were known to be in the kitchen. Women were known to take care of the house. Women were known to just, cater for all these house chores. And that was the reason why there was the need for women empowerment. Is that not so? And this time, the world has evolved so enough that I am sure if you are still going by that trend, it may not still help us. And that is the reason why today, when you go to other institutions, you'll be seeing who come, you'll be seeing this one, but I've not heard of men come before. In a society that tells boys to man up, that tells boys to hold their problems, that tells boys not to voice out any issue that they are going through, who is there to teach the boy child how to understand their emotions, how to control them, and even their mental well-being? Today, we are going to let you understand the things that is actually at stake and we have to pay much attention to. My name is Nuhu Dawood. I'm going to be your host for today's section about the Boys' Lives Matter too. So today I have here with me
I'm Abdul Jalil Ahmed. Call me AJ for short. Thank you for having me.
Christian and the boy child advocate.
finally. Thank you very much. It's actually a privilege to have all of you here. I've seen all of you as people who are actually stance advocates in a Boys' Life Matter too. I've been seeing Boys' Life Matters too. Boys' Life Matters on the social media, on most platforms. And I want to ask you, Chrissy Annan. I think I've been seeing most often wearing this kind of shirt, Boys' Life Matter too over there. And I want to know why the need for Boys' Life Matter too agenda. Why do we have to do that?
All right. So, thank you very much, Mr. Nu. When you say Boys' Lives Matter, so this is a campaign that we are championing very so high because we, the boys, we want to break the silence, right?
Okay.
We live in a society where everybody tells us, like, a boy, man up, be a man. These kind of words are what we want to break out from. All the time, every day, a boy is to be the provider, a boy is to be the protector. Like, no.
So do you feel like, as it stands now, the attention given to boys are way, less as compared to the attention
Alright.
they be given to ladies now?
I think I would say yes, because you see, during the time where the girl child was the one that was neglected, right? But now, this generation that we are in, we are neglecting the boys. We are not saying that we shouldn't advocate for the girl child, but we shouldn't do it to the neglect of the boy child. That is why we are here with the boy child, like the boys.
Shouldn't do things, shouldn't actually practice things that it would actually go as a neglect of the boy child. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, Christiana. So tonight's section would actually be centered on two core bases. The first thing that we are going to look at about the importance of discussing the boy's emotional and his mental well-being before we now come to the society expectation or the societal expectation placed on boys. So Salty, I have you with me. If I'm not rushing so much, I want you to tell me the crucial role it plays if boys' attention, I mean, the attention given to boys are not highly as compared to ladies. What is the impact that boys receive?
Okay, so thank you very much for the question. To me, I would say boys need more focus because growing up as a boy child, you are being taught to be sober.
Okay.
You are being taught to keep everything in mind, not to voice out, not to talk, not to do anything. But we are in a generation where right now we see both males and females pushing through, getting to the top, making everything possible to get to the top. You get it? So to me, I'll say that if we lose focus on the boys, there will be no generation ahead of us.
Wow.
Because without boys, there's nothing. there's nothing.
But don't you think women can still thrive even when we don't have boys? Don't you think women can still thrive even if when we neglect guys? Don't you think so?
No.
Really?
Because even if we
But I think there will be an assertion ongoing that what men can do, women can do better. So why do you think?
okay, so if we should focus on the boys, yeah, who will have something going with the female to give us more boys in the world?
Okay. Okay. So meaning these two lives matters. Meaning we shouldn't treat one highly and undermine the other.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you very much. So AJ, help me with this. Now there have been a whole lot of assertions in the communities, the various communities that we come from. Some of us from the rural areas, from the urban areas, even as it stands now, even the UCC as we are here now, Upper Usika community, we've been seeing a whole lot of things happening. I want to ask you one crucial question. Do you think that the society expectation also plays a role in the attention given to men, or men sometimes holding up pains, even if they can't bear it, they are still encrypted to still manage the pains? What do you have to say about that?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Let's take it from the grassroots. We say that charity begins at home, right? And then we can all attest to the fact that we boys are very observant. And then gone are the days where traditionally we learn these things from our parents, we learn from community leaders. But things change, times change. Now we live in a world where guidance is not really having that needed concentration. Now the boy child, or we, everything in general, is centered on social media, is centered on our peers. We learn through peer pressure because of influence. Yes, you might see, you might ask why the team is needed. We live in a society where we grow up hearing phrases like, as my colleague said, man up, bear man soon. A man doesn't need to cry. But equally, we have emotions. So we shouldn't see that boys are like, we shouldn't just focus that they are just future protectors or providers. They are equal like this. These females are talking about, they equally have emotions, and then they have emotions, they have struggles as well, and then also need that emotional attention that we are talking about.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, if I'm getting you right, AJ, you want us to understand that the perception that men are always expected to manage any pains, whatever they are going through, they shouldn't even voice it out because they are men. They can be able to, manage it. It's something that is really affecting the guys and the society. So, I feel like decades ago, let me say decades ago, women were known to be in the kitchen. Women were known to take care of the house. Women were known to just, cater for all these house chores. And that was the reason why there was the need for women empowerment. Is that not so? And this time, the world has evolved so enough that I am sure if you are still going by that trend, it may not still help us. And that is the reason why today, when you go to other institutions, you'll be seeing Wukong, you'll be seeing this one, but I've not heard of Mencom before. So who is that to also stand for the men? Now it looks as if that women voices are more prioritized more than men. And I feel like that is the need why we have to raise this agenda that boys' lives matter too. Not as if we want to undermine the lady's voice, if I've gotten you all right. So now I am posing a question to you, starting from Kwesi Annan. Kwesi Annan, I've been seeing you a couple of months, couple of years, always talking about being passionate about men's voice here and there. Now, who is even teaching the boy child how to be a man? That is the question. Who is even teaching the boy child how to be a man? That's the first question I want you to actually tell me. Because the one teaching the boy child how to be a man also plays a crucial role in that, surrounding what is actually happening around us. Seeing men to manage pain. So who is even teaching this boy child how to be a man? Who are those people that do you think have that influence?
All right, so that's fine, right? But then what I want us to understand is we have man and we have man,
Yeah.
right? Because we can have a gentleman and a man with no emotion. So if you are talking about just a man with no emotion, that one is the society that is teaching us. But if you should get a man with emotions and everything that could really cope with the ladies, then we don't have anybody to teach us that. We are not having anyone who is teaching us that, oh, like, be like this and then you'll be able to cope with this. Do this and then you'll be emotionally intelligent. Do you get it?
Yeah.
We don't have anything as such. But then as a man, we learn from our fathers, our uncles, our peers, from the society. That one we learn all these things from. And where we are learning these things from is making us who we are today. Of which it means that the teachings that we are getting is very bad.
Okay.
Then it means we need to revolve things. We need to change things. We need to change how we think about boys. We need to change the perspective about boys.
All right, thank you, Christiana. So, meaning that the perception, or those perspectives we'll be having about boys need to be changed. The world
Oh,
has
yeah.
evolved enough. Then let me come to Salty. Salty, help me. I want to just ask this simple question: are boys raised to live, or they are raised to endure? Because that is what is separating. That is what is even happening. That is what we are experiencing. Looks as if anything that happens, oh, sure, no, so no, go cry and endure. Don't cry. No one should even hear of it. So I want to know, are we here to live, or we are just to endure, no matter the pain, no matter the extent of the pains, we need to endure.
Thank you. So thank you. So I think we are here to review. Because
From what is happening, right?
yeah, taking you to the Bible.
Okay.
Straight from the Bible.
Okay.
So because of a sin that made man to suffer, right?
Okay.
And the Bible says what? Because you were to listen to the woman, you are saying you were to suffer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see, all these things started in the Bible.
Okay.
Also called
That is where it started from. So if it started from there, that means as boys, we are meant to endure.
But Salty, let me not cut you short. If you are telling me that this emanated from the Bible, and because of that we are meant to endure, do you still tell me that what happened 5 decades ago is something that can still hold, or something that can still play a crucial role or have influence in our life that would actually impact us? Do you think so? Don't you think that all those philosophies, all those assertions are archaic? That is a high time that we need to evolve. It's a high time that we need to apply the new trends. Don't you think so?
Okay. I think it's time for us to move on. But before everything starts, it has its genesis.
Okay.
Do you get it? It has its genesis. We can't leave history behind. We can't leave history behind. Like let's
But I believe you understand very well that you can't change the past. You can't change history.
you can't change it.
Uh-huh.
So if we want our voices to be heard, it will start with what? Our mind. There's something we call
I get where it's coming from.
which is emotional
This
intelligence.
this is a new thing
Your
altogether.
ethical lesson.
Yes, so endurance is useful,
Yeah.
but living a full life, you have to consider what we call emotional awareness. Endurance is useful, but you have to learn to balance it as a human being. Like endurance just helps you survive hardships, but
Yeah.
emotional intelligence helps you like live a balanced life as you go through as a human being. So we are not saying that we are taking endurance out. Endurance is useful, but we should learn to balance it as
And I
we
think
move
one
on.
thing that we should also understand is that we are not superhumans. And it's not everything we can endure. They are telling us that we are meant to endure, meaning that without exception, whatever circumstances men find themselves in life, they should be able to endure, which isn't possible.
But no. If I can come in,
Yeah,
right? You see, from his perspective, I understand.
Okay.
That is for the current situation that we are in, the current society that we are living in. Men are born to endure because there's nothing that is stipulating things for us to live life. You can never see a guy living full life before. A guy will always endure. A guy will always come and laugh with the boys, come and laugh with the ladies, and then go back and go and be on the bed crying. Oh no, oh this. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So in this
So then,
this society,
if you are saying
we are born to
we are
endure.
meant to endure, then I want to ask you this, to all of you: are we raising boys, or we are raising pressure? That is the question. Because it's not everything that is endurable. So if you are telling me that men are meant to endure, men are meant to, so are we raising boys? Are we raising pressure?
If men are meant to endure, who is going to be there for them, man?
That is the
Who is there for
Who is there for that man?
So
Because-
is it that he is allowed to suffer alone?
He's not allowed to suffer anymore. But he's not allowed to suffer anymore. But he's allowed to suffer anymore.
What are you trying to tell us?
No, he's not allowed.
I'm getting you, but
He's not allowed to.
It's like in everything we are saying, the boy should always be there for someone, but no one should be there for the boy.
No.
What do you mean by endurance?
Because
If you say that.
if you are enduring, you're a human being. You have your mind. You have something that always prompts you. Something inside you that always prompts you that this thing you are doing it will help. This thing you are doing it will help. You get
I think let me not cut all of you short. To be honest, if we are to still go further, maybe 1 hour time may not even finish. But please, I think if you guys can be in the same on the same page with me,
Okay.
in as much as there are some circumstances, some problems that even both men and female may face, they may be able to find their ways out on how they can actually curb those situations. But we should also understand that we are not superhumans, both men and females. So it's not everything that men can endure. However, it's not everything that ladies can endure. But we still believe that there are some things men can endure, but there are some things men need emotional support. Men need mental health protection before they can be able to curb those situations. So, in as much as some things we can endure, not everything that we can endure. Sometimes ladies influence, the ladies' ideas or sharing their quota alone can help us in a way. So I think with that aspect, I think that is how it should be done. But if you are telling me that we have to endure everything, then my brother, we can't. Then why is even the need for us to even have a woman in our life?
A supportive
Yes.
woman.
Because we can't
So
do
what are you
everything
saying?
alone.
Now support.
So no, wait. wait.
No.
When
See,
we talk about
if
emotional intelligence, it goes way beyond what we think it is.
emotional intelligence in a simple way in a simple manner is actually being able to understand one's emotion and being able to also manage it.
Yeah.
That is just
Find
it.
a way around it.
Mm-hmm.
And now men have to also know their emotions, understand what they are going to, how they feel, their thoughts, their reactions, and how would they be able to manage it. That is actually how it's all about. The big word I mean EI, emotional intelligence, is about we knowing how we feel.
Yeah.
What is our thought about it, and how do we react to them? So meaning that if we want to break down the emotional intelligence, men have to be able to also understand maybe what they feel, how they can also be able to manage it. I think that is the whole
But-
scenario about it.
but no.
Let's not shift this whole agenda for the day to the corner. There are some crucial aspects I want us to tackle. Let's make this whole issue be relatable. Let's not go too far to the issue what was going on here and there. Now, what is the solution on grounds for this whole thing? With a perception that men have solutions to every problem, with a perception that men can be able to manage every circumstance they find themselves in, with a perception that men are meant to not cry like anything that they find themselves in. Whilst day in and day out, we actually have a whole lot of issues on our table. Some committing suicide. Someone you just be talking to someone will be eating fufu in a choba with the one guy, and all of a sudden what over to you see whoa. It's all because of what they've been holding inside for months, for weeks, for days, and even for years and even decades. So today I want us to be very clear to the viewers to understand that what are the pragmatic steps or ways that we can put in place. So if any of you can give me one or two, I'll be glad.
Right.
So we can also look at it if we can also be able to shape our world today that we live in.
Okay.
Not to just eat so much into their own index.
Can I come in? Like, let's take this as let's interpret it as a space of emotional expression. In today's world, relating to the boy child, vulnerability is seen as a weakness. Let's take it this way. When we say rape, the first thing that comes in mind is that the guy that's, but there are equally cases where a guy is seduced.
Very true.
So, like, a guy should be given the space to talk freely. If some things like this are worrying them, they should be able to relate, and then society should be on the
But
same.
is there even a stipulated rule or any regulation in the 1992 Constitution that also gives a room for men
No.
in aspect of rape?
No. So all right. So let me tell you. So you can take the Constitution, read the Constitution, right? In the article that talks about rape, there's nothing that protects the man, because in the Constitution, rape is defined as intersection, right? Like sex. Let me define sex. Sex is the intersection of the male sex organ and then the female sex organ.
Okay.
So meaning that with intersection, a female sex organ can never intersect. Like, do you get it? So it is always against the guy, because
Yeah.
always is the guy that will intersect.
Okay.
That's what it is. So and now this thing has to
If
change.
you take it to the boys place, if even if a lady seduces a guy, can you come out to an open space and be like,
No,
Charlie,
no.
a lady raped me? You can't
it's
say
even
it
a
because
disgrace.
so they've seen your vulnerability as a weakness.
Yeah.
So you don't even have the platform to express yourself openly. You
So
understand?
now, what do we do to keep this?
Okay, so what I think we should do is to change the mindset.
Okay.
Everything has to do with mindset.
Now we changing the mindset. Men being able to come out to voice out their grievances, their challenges, the issues that maybe they are facing. Whilst there is no any framework, there is no any regulation in law or whether in our constitution as a nation to help enforce that. What is the relevance of them changing their mindset so they can come out and bring it out?
Okay.
No one wants to be ashamed. If I come out and I bring this out and I can't seek for justice, what is the essence of bringing it out? Because day in and day out, we receive hundreds and thousands of cases. But when these cases come out, it becomes a foolish case.
Okay.
So don't you also think that is a reason why men are now like encrypted in their own world, not to even say things, even if they face it, they just want to endure. And if it's too much, they will just commit a suicide.
So what I think is, you see, the advocacy of the female or the girl child didn't start as we are talking about, like it just didn't start like everybody is talking about girl child. It started with one person or two that they started, oh, we are advocating for the girl child. That's why we are also here advocating for the boy child, right? But then, do you even remember this song that said, Mama, send your girl child to school, Dada, send your girl child to school? All these songs were just created just to create the notion that we need to advocate for the girl child, right?
Okay.
So we can also do same. Changing the mindset doesn't necessarily mean that you need to get a framework before you can change your mindset.
Okay.
Can I come in? I always want us to tackle everything from the basis. We are saying that they are not given the space to express themselves. So why not create the avenue for a boy child to be able to voice out his or her?
So what avenues do you think can be made available for them to voice?
What we are doing right
We are doing something, but like when we talk, we should create a system whereby if a boy is facing a challenge, he shouldn't see it like worrying or tiring enough to even share with his or her colleagues. So we as individuals should even create a system of tolerance where we should be able to be in the same shoes as the guy.
That is where you have to do with the change of mindset, as Christiana said. Because even taking into consideration, not even the victim.
Yep.
The victim even bringing it out, his peers, the people around him will start mocking him.
Hey, you are
You
a
get
guy.
it? They will start
Charlie.
laughing at him. And with these instances, it's actually pushed them to the brim. And they have no option than to commit suicide.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe that in as much as we are telling the victim to do this, to do that, we have to also tell the peers, we have to also tell the society around them to also be so, have the empathy enough to stand with them. So that they shouldn't see it to be like it's their own problem, and then they'll use it to mock at them. Sometimes you see some taking a coverage, oh, you're raping, oh, some taking a coverage, oh, why is it? And then all of a sudden, the media, TikTok is everywhere.
No way. See, I think there was a video circulating on social media where a girl was beating the guy.
Okay.
That incident, there were guys who were holding the guy for the lady to be beaten.
See.
Like I was like,
Guys, we are all down for
You see that?
yes. So now we need to change the mindset.
Man.
waiting man.
I don't understand.
Who started even raising the bar? Who started raising the bar?
Yes.
It's a society that started raising the bar.
Ourselves, for instance, maybe probably I start in life, we are all friends, we start getting there, we start making money. Then probably I start getting there, like the limit I want to get, and then you're not getting there.
Yeah.
Hatred will start from that side.
Very true.
That would like, you psych your mind, you be like, yo, this boy is going too far. Why? You start thinking. It's not necessary. It's not necessary.
Okay.
You creating that kind of environment in your mind, it's not necessary. Move to your friend, tell him, yo, what are you doing? Like, what's fetching you this whole money and stuff?
Yeah.
He will teach you, he's a boy.
Exactly.
Very true.
But the boy will sit behind and be like, no, this guy is doing too much, he's overdoing it,
Very true.
Yeah, I think it all boils down to the mindset.
Like,
Looking at, let's take
everything.
two scenarios. Like as you're saying that one has made it already. If I am at the top and then I am pulling someone up, and then somebody is at the down pulling someone down, which one is much more easier?
The person who is
The
pulling
one at the
someone
down and then
pulling a
trying to
person-
put somebody down is very simple.
Yeah.
But let's take it at me. My family normal. I'm at the top. I'm trying to push one guy up. You don't know what he or she has in mind. Whilst you have the good notion of pulling the person up, he is pulling you down. So that you all
Yeah.
come back to square zero.
Yeah. So
You
it's the
understand?
mindset.
So me, I think if this boy child advocacy is going to work, it depends on his
Yeah.
Mhm.
creating the awareness, like starting from our mindset.
Mhm.
I think it's not always about seminars,
Sure,
hosting
sure,
shows.
sure.
Our parents play a very key.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then me in this generation, I see right now our parents have let the lives of
Children.
boys, not children.
Very
Yes,
true.
Boys.
Boys.
Oh. It's true. It's
When you
true.
start going to school, you are on your own. When you start school, you are on your own. But let a girl
Yeah.
start school.
Auntie will be sending, uncle will be
What do you
sending.
want? Like, what do you want? What should bring you?
No. As a guy, can you even cry?
With your boy.
Can you cry?
Come with your boy. You call home. Man, but just you get your friend, right?
Messenger.
You wait for like 2 hours, 3 hours. And then the lady call home. It will even take like 2 minutes or something.
When last did you talk with either your mother or father for more than 2 minutes?
What is it?
Oh yeah, that's the
But like
question.
females, when
They can
a
talk
female
for
should call,
hours, yeah.
like you, let's take
They will
this
talk like
instance.
big sisters.
We all are humans. If we start from the grassroots, as I always say, if I'm a father, I've been in the shoes of my son before. If I should call him, oh Kwame, I see a bright future in you. Keep going. Like no matter what, there are going to be obstacles along the way. So keep going. Like you are going to be a great person in future. And this guy puts this in mind. Definitely this guy is going to make it in life. But when I just leave him to figure his own way out, how does he or she
Okay,
make
so
it
you
out?
said it to, are you going to guide him?
Yes,
Who is guiding them?
exactly. But even aside the guidance, you giving him the green light in his mind alone is a source of guidance. It's a source of.
All right,
I understand,
thank you.
but
So I think,
we don't even get this kind of
thank you,
motivations I'm
AJ.
talking
Thank
about.
You, thank you, Salty. I think what we should look at this moment shouldn't just be about the happenings in the society. It shouldn't just be about what is going on. It should actually, we have to look at the necessary stakeholders who can actually steer this and make this happen. And who are the stakeholders? The frontiers of this whole happiness will have to do with the parent. So starting from the boy child parent is one crucial aspect that when the foundation fails, as AJ said, it actually makes everything difficult. So starting for the parents must receive the best education on how they can handle both the female and the male as well. It shouldn't feel that the male is treated anyhow, whilst the female is also treated special. Aside we talking about the parent, the second stakeholders that we have to also look at would have to do with the peers. Trust me, the peers surrounding the men, the peers surrounding the boy child have a greater influence, sometimes about even 70%, even more than the child's parent, in a sense that they move out with these people, they talk to them, they eat together, do everything together, whatever thing that they face, because of what is even happening, how the parents' minds are encrypted or a bema. So sometimes boys feel sharing it with their peers. So one other aspect that can lead to someone committing suicide, someone bursting out without knowing what to do, they'll go mad, would also have to do with the peers as well. The peers is very crucial. So I would say that moving forward as a boy child, the peers, the 2-3 people that we have around are also plays a crucial role. Sometimes maybe in the middle of issues, you're in the middle of circumstances, and you have no solution than to talk to your guys. Oh, salty. I see me and me come there, me home stream you. Me just me friend me my crampo now. When he picks the call crampo, I know I cut him because he thinks I'm coming to maybe complain. He thinks I'm coming to take money or whatsoever. So we have nothing than to talk to Salty or AJ. And AJ will be like, oh, me the miss you see, because I see na me call you because no one sabi. Na me and I just a free man do na me call die.
And look at you, no asasre
You get it?
boys.
You get it, boys. Okay. Oh no, sorry, it's me. Okay. And that is the reason why today we are seeing men on the street. That is the reason why today we are seeing the boy child on the streets gallivanting as if they have no homes. because the issues that they've actually managed for years has become so much that they can't contain it anymore. So I feel like the parents have to be taken into consideration. They have to receive the necessary education and the peers around them before we even move to the classroom, before we move to the educational sector. The various schools that we are having, starting from the nursery, starting from the kindergarten, the basic, the senior high school, the junior high, and then the university community. Students, leaders, lecturers, the university managements have to be inculcated enough so that they can also help them in addressing these issues, whether lecture theaters or whatsoever, because that is the best avenue to educate them. We cannot be able to assemble all the boy child in one place to talk to them, but these are the avenue that we can leverage on. So I believe that let's take those stakeholders into consideration.
But we taking those stakeholders. We're talking about education.
Yeah.
Some fathers are educated, but their only worry on this end is to see like their children progress.
You
They
are
will
right.
even come back from work and then we'll be like, yo, I don't want to say. You feel also okay.
The education I am talking about, Salty, will have to do with not just about someone achieving a degree, someone attaining a degree, having a master's, but they have to do with them letting them understand what the boy child go through, their emotional intelligence, so that they can be able to understand their emotional intelligence, how they can also protect their mental health. These are the educational aspect I am talking of.
Many times with your dad, my friend, a male friend, an elderly person calling me and be like, how is that going?
But that's why he's saying we should start from now. We are starting.
People there who are supposed to even show us what to do. When you call them to seek advice, they do it in Nigeria.
See, I get where you're coming from, Salty. But now, what I want us to understand over here is that, in as much as we have some people that if they approach or you approach them, they will not have any, wise saying or any like good guidance to give you, doesn't mean that the entire world is the same.
Oh yeah.
If you say usura our papa our bonya unya den our pa, is that not how it is? So in as much as you may speak to someone and the person may not give you any good insight, that doesn't mean that the whole world is the same.
Okay.
So in a way that you feel like what this person is telling you will have no positive impact in your life, that doesn't mean you have to like boycott everyone's advice. So I believe that there are some encoqueraphobia, I will say it in tree. Worse. They will start telling you what they've gone through for the past 30 years and the child will be scared. So even though we need to educate them, but how do we educate them and who to educate them? That's what I'm saying, only us cannot do it. So I believe that the government have to also take into consideration on how they can also bring out some framework, some structures that can also help raise the boys child advocacy at the landmark. That's one thing I think it can also help us. But I think today's section is actually going to an end, and I want you to tell me maybe in few lines about our take homes. Like, what do you think? The boy child listening to us, someone who have gone through emotional trauma, someone who have faced a whole lot of setbacks, all because men are actually meant to manage their pains. Men are actually, or boys are actually meant not to cry. Even if they are facing anything, they shouldn't even voice it out. They should keep quiet. They should manage it. They should man up. And this person have endured it for decades, for years. Now, someone is actually at the realm of committing suicide. Someone even want to just like do anything at all that they feel like do without even taking into consideration what may happen to them. What do you have to say? What do you have to tell them? Starting from Salty.
So, to start with, I'll just say that before everything starts, it starts from the mind. If the people who are to educate us are not doing it, you as a boy, as a man, as a child, set rules for yourself. Side the mind. There is always this thing that keep you going.
Okay.
There is no one worship. That is me. Whether you are worshiping or not, there is no one worship.
Okay.
Do it. Make a difference. Because you feel like People are watching you, people are watching you. So the things you want to do willingly, you cannot. Maybe one day you think that, oh, okay, so Christiana started searching on boy child advocacy and stuff. It has been necessary for some time. But we are trying to throw more light on it.
Yeah.
You started. People will be like, this is won't go anywhere. It won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Please, like, which people are influencing those people saying that? I don't know, like.
Yeah, we are getting you.
So, yeah, I think everything should start from the
Alright.
know what you are doing. Know who to consult. And in everything, put yourself first.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Thank you.
Put yourself first, no matter the situation. Put yourself first. If I do this thing, and it will end up in like something bad or a negative response, do it because you are trying.
Yeah.
Just do it. No one cares.
All right. All
And
right.
boy child, no one cares. But you care. So just do it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Salty. So, no matter what, put yourself first. And I think that is a strong message that if people are to see it from the perspective, I am seeing it. Because about 90% of influence on our decision is because what people will say, what people will think, what people will do. And because of that, people will feel like, I will not even come, I will not even do it. So I feel like no matter what, you have to put yourself first. So, AJ, what do you have to tell the boy child who is going through hell?
Briefly, I want to put this very simple and short. If we want emotionally healthy men tomorrow, we should or we must invest in emotionally healthy boys today in a way that whilst we focus more on the outcome, why not focus more on a system where we build children that understand and are able to manage all this crisis we are talking about,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
forgo the mindset that it is normal and then they have to suppress it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. In as much as we are actually navigating, trying to fish out those boy child who are actually going through hell, let's not also forget about those who are also having the healthy minds. We have to also have a way of sustaining them. Thank you. So, Christiana, what do you have to tell us?
Alright, so I love the way the conversation has went. Honestly, I've been a boy child advocate for several times. Like I've been advocating for the boy child, you know. Let me base on what AJ said. We shouldn't always focus on the outcome, right?
Yeah.
I started this. I never knew that one day can we even sit here and talk about this, right? It was just on my status. I was doing it consistently because of the feelings I had, what I went through. I don't want it to happen to the other guy, right? So what I always say is the mindset. Let us change our mindset, have a positive mindset. Like the boy also is a human being. Like the guy is also a human being. Don't treat him as if he's a superhuman being.
Sure.
Don't tell me that the boy child has tough skin and those kind of things. No, me, I'm soft. I'm very soft. Just that I can't cry because the society tells me that no, don't cry. Do you get it? So my take for everybody is, you, that guy child, that boy child that is out there watching us, please be focused. Know that if nobody cares for you, there are guys who are here to advocate for you. Your emotions are not just looked over. We are coming for you, okay?
All right.
We are going to solve that issue for you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I would say to my viewers, the society tell boys not to cry. The big question is, where do their tears go? That is one thing that I think we have to start considering. That is one thing that we have to start thinking about. If you are telling boys not to cry, where do their tears go? They will end up committing suicide. They will end up gallivanting around, being drunkards. That is a question that we should ask them. Then again, my colleague ladies, our beautiful wives, we want you to understand. In as much as we want you to know that our voice matters, that doesn't mean we are undermining yours as well.
Yeah.
Today's section explicitly or unequivocally makes you understand that we want you to know that there are some pains, there are some trauma, there are some issues some boy childs are facing that they can't be able to bear it anymore. of which even some of you ladies even have solutions to them. Why is there the need for a man to have a ladies in their life? That is the question.
The
We
Bible
have
says we
some
should do
successful
it.
men today that were able to get to wherever they are because of productive women that they have in their lives, because of supportive women that they have in their lives. So today we want you to understand that sometimes the pains we can't endure. Sometimes we are like literally dying. But because of composure, because of society expectation, we are meant to just handle it. We are meant to just have all the pains. But trust me, when it gets to the brim, we have no option than to do something crazy. When it gets to the brim, we have no option than to kill ourselves, and we feel like that is all. So sometimes we endure the pains, but not all pains that we can endure. So please, the boy child advocacy, the boy child life matters is something that we want you to also help us. Not something that should be centered on men, not something that should be just centered on males. It's something that is for us all. We help you champion the woman empowerment initiative. We want you to also help us to help that boy child who is going through hell that cannot be able to say it, who has been raped, but he cannot be able to come out to voice it out. So thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much, AJ. All right, you can say it.
A word of advice is boys, stop using the bar.
Oh yeah.
Stop using the bar.
They are the ones setting the standard so high that we can't even get there.
If you are doing something and you feel you can involve a fellow brother, just involve the person. Don't be like, I'll help you and then later you be grateful or something. It's the mindset. Please stop raising the bar. Because when you raise the bar, our fellow women will see us to be that, we are not shy. Because I can even buy a phone for someone and then someone will just
To go and take the girl.
All right, thank you, Salty. So once again, I'll thank you very much, Abdul Jalil, popularly known as AJ. Christiana, we thank you very much for championing this initiative. We are in this together, and Salty. Nana Kwame, we thank you very much. My name is Nuhu Dauda, your host for today's program on Boys' Lives Matters Too. So tonight's section, we've made you understand why is it crucial for you to also help us of championing these whole voices. There are some vulnerable men in society that are having issues that they can't be able to bear it anymore. We want you to help us. We want our colleague brothers and sisters come us. Let's join hands together so we can champion this agenda of the boys' lives matters too. This could help save your brother. This could help save your mother. This could even help save your future husband. Thank you very much for having us tonight.